Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips to actually meet your specific need. So if you're new to this channel, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates whenever we create a new video or tutorial. So today we're actually going to be showing you a top strategy that you can actually use to come out with the best picks of over 1.5 or 2.5 goals using the app called Betmines. And this video is actually in request of some of our subscribers who actually asked that we do a video on the best strategy to come out with the best over 1.5 or 2.5 goals with Betmines app. So if any of you also have a request that you actually want us to do a particular video, then please make sure to leave a comment below this video description, and we are actually going to do our very possible best to make sure that we actually create a video to satisfy your need so that others could actually benefit from the video. So today we're actually going to be using Betmines to come out with the easiest strategy for over 1.5 or 2.5 goals picks. So the first step you actually want to take is to make sure that you come to your Play Store, locate your Play Store and click on it directly. And from the search, from up here, from the search box, make sure to type Betmines and click on the search. And once you do that, if it's your first time to use the Betmines app, this is how it looks like. As you can see here from the inside, it actually looks like this. And once you are sure that this is actually the app, then go ahead to install the app. And once the installation is successful, then make sure to locate the open button as you can see here and click on it directly. And once you do that, you're actually going to be taken to the inside of the app by default, as you can see now. So the next step you actually want to take is to make sure that you come to this area that actually says sort by and click on this storage drive that you can see here. If I click on it now, you are going to see I'm going to have this display. And once I see this display, since we are actually dealing with over 2.5 goal strategy, then you want to make sure to click on this area to select under stroke over 2.5. Click on it. And once you do that, you are going to see that it's going to change the display. And make sure that you also sort by plus 2.5 as in this case. And once you do that, make sure to click on your screen from any area from your screen, and you are going to now be taken to the different shift of organization. So you can see that these matches have actually been reorganized. So once that has been done, I'll actually want to choose a next date. You can as well make use of this date display as you can see here. You can take the next date by tapping on it, or choose the next date by just tapping on it, and the matches display will actually change. And of course, I'm going to use the 11th. If I click on Saturday the 11th, matches based on that date will actually be displayed to me as you can see here. And since we have actually choose our sort by based on over 2.5 goals, then only matches based on that range of over 2.5 will actually be displayed to me. If you look at this displayed result, you are going to see that we have plus under minus 2.5 here, which actually stand for under 2.5, and we have plus 2.5 here from the right hand, which actually means over 2.5 goals. Now we actually want to look at the odd range between either this under or over. But since as we are concerned with over 2.5 goal, then I'll actually want to draw the best line of odd range for you. Any odd range between the range of 1.10 to 1.25 and maximum 1.30 is one of the best thing to look at when it comes to over 2.5 goal. In the first match here, the match between this Hong Kong Premier League, which is a match between BC Rangers playing with HK U23, you can see that the odd range for an over 2.5 goal, as you can see from this green line that you can see here, is the odd range of 1.11, which is good, and between our odd range of 1.10 to 1.25 or 1.30 as maximum for our odd range. Once you see that, what we want to do as the next step is to click on the match directly, click on it, and once you do that, you are going to see this display result to you. Now you are going to see results here based on total number of goals, as you can see from the right hand side, with the odd range based on under and over. In other words, when you see a green tick here, as you can see here, because these ticks based on green, red and yellow actually tells you different things. When it is actually very green, as you can see here, it actually means that the possibility of an over 2.5 goal to actually occur here is very, very high once it is green. But once as it is red, it means that it is difficult for 2.5 goal to happen. And once as it is yellow, it means that the possibility of it, as you can see in this case here, is a little bit difficult. So green actually stands for the best possibility in this result. So what you want to do next, since as you're already sure based on this green for the fact that an over 2.5 goal is highly possible, we are not going to end here. We want to make sure that you click in this area that says view more, so as to navigate to the inside to do other checks to make sure that you come out with the best picks. Since we already know that an over 2.5 goal is possible, I will now click on click more, view more, and what you are going to see, you are going to be taken to the inside where this display will actually be shown to you. The next thing you want to do is to make sure to locate this area that says predictions, as you can see here. Click on predictions, and what you want to do is to locate this area that says total goals. Once you see total goals, make sure to click on it or tap this drop down button, and once you do that, you are going to see this result. Also, what you want to make sure of is to make sure that the plus 2.5, as you can see here, should be as result of above 70% and 75% going upward as the best pick. So in this case, all cases here are yellow. It doesn't mean that when it is yellow here, it means that the possibility of 2.5 goal will be difficult to occur. As in the first case where we're still from the backside, where yellow simply means it's difficult. This case is different because it is the inside of the app where we stand for predictions. But what we are looking here is to make sure that the plus 2.5, since we are dealing with over 2.5 goal, should be above 70%, going to 75 and more. Then it actually means that the possibility of goals to occur here is actually very possible. Once you see that it is above 70% and going to 75 and even more, in this case it's 77%, it actually means it is good. The next step you actually want to take is to make sure that you go to the standing table to make sure that this team has played at least 5 matches before you can take these picks, because sometimes this clarification could go ahead where this team have not even played even 1 or 2 games, and you might go to make a choice which is very wrong and you might not have the good result. So you have to make sure that you locate standings, click on it directly, and make sure that you locate these teams on the team table, and make sure that you look at the number of matches played. You can see PG simply means the number of matches that they have actually played, and make sure that at least each of these teams have played more than 5 matches. In the case of Rangers, they have played 13 matches, and in the case of its opponent, he has also played 13 matches. In other words, this is really good. So we are going to go back one step to come back to this area to check other possibility by knowing the average number of goals scored and compared to that of goals conceived. Here, we also want to make use of this area that says GS, AVG, and GC, AVG. This GS simply means the number of goals scored, and the AVG simply means the number of goals scored for this GS, while GC simply means the number of goals conceived, and AVG means average goal conceived for CG. So we are going to calculate the average number of goals scored to know if a team is good at scoring or good at conceiving. In the case of this area here, BC Rangers is actually in position 6 of the league table, as you can see here, and this is their last 5 matches. In other words, they have actually scored 8 goals as compared to the opponent who has actually played and they have scored only 1 goal. In other words, Rangers or BC Rangers have more possibility or probability of scoring as compared to the away team. When you see like that, you will not only make sure that maybe you only want to go for an over 1.5 or 2.5 goal, you could also go for the fact that BC Rangers could actually win since they have more possibility of scoring as compared to the opponent. Now, if you look at the number of goals conceived, you are going to see that BC Rangers have actually conceived 7 goals, while its opponent has conceived up to 19 goals. In other words, its opponent conceived more goals as compared to the home team. In other words, the home team have more possibility of scoring, and the away team has more possibility of conceiving goals, which means that BC Rangers will actually win in this game because they have more striking rate capacity and more home power as compared to the away team. And you can see that the rate at which the away team conceive, which is 19, have been classified as an average of 3.8. In other words, the possibility of goals to occur here is also very high. That is why they have actually given the fact that an over 2.5 goal is very possible. because the away team have more conceiving power and the home team has more scoring power. So the possibility of an over 1.5 or 2.5 goal to occur in this game is very, very high. So this is how you can use this technique to come out with the best pick. Now we are going to the next to make sure that we apply same strategy to see if this actually meets our need. You can see that the odd range here is 1.22 for an over 2.5 goal, which is good between our odd range of 1.10 and 1.25 and maximum 1.30. So we are actually going to click on the match directly. If I click on it directly, I'm going to see this display result shown to me based on this probability. Now you are going to see it's a match between Bayern Munich playing with Uzbek. Now Bayern Munich is actually in position 1 of the league table, while Uzbek is in position 13. Based on the last 5 matches played, this is actually the result here, as you can see. Based on Bayern Munich, you can see that they have actually, the number of goals scored is 10, and as compared to Uzbek, 5 goals scored, and based on the average rating, they have a goal score rate for Bayern Munich of 2.0 as compared to the opponent of 1.0, as you can see here. In other words, the goal conceded for these two teams, you can see based on the classification here, for Bayern Munich it is 4, and for Uzbek is 6, and the average is 0.8 and 1.2. In other words, the possibility of goals here to occur is also very possible. And you can also look for the fact that, be the fact that Bayern Munich has more striking power, having an average goal score rate of 10 as goals scored, an average of 2, means that they have more power as compared to the away team. Therefore, you can also look at the possibility of the fact that Bayern Munich could also lead, why the possibility of an over 1.5 or 2.5 goal is possible. But we are not going to conclude here. What you want to look at is to make sure that you look at this button here and make sure that it is green. Once it is green, it actually means that the possibility of an over 2.5 goal to occur is a big possibility. But we are not going to end there. We have to make sure to click on View More button. And when we do that, what we want to do is to move directly to the prediction tab of these menus that are displayed here. You can see this is prediction. Click on predictions and make sure to locate total goals. Click on it directly and make sure that plus 2.5 is above 70% and going to even 75 and 80. In this case, it is 84%, which is also a very big probability that an over goals is very possible in this case. Once you do that, you also want to go to standings to make sure that you locate this team on the standing table, to make sure that each of these teams has played more than 5 games, for which in the case of Bayern Munich is 23 games played, and its opponent is actually also 23 games played, which is a good possibility. Move one step behind, and that is our good pick. Repeat the same strategy to come out with the best picks. And once you start seeing, since our maximum odd range is 1.10 to 1.35 to 1.10 to 1.25 and maximum 1.30, then we are going to end here in the Hong Kong Premier League with an odd range of 1.30 for over 2.5 goal. And once you start seeing 1.40, it means that it's already above our odd range of 1.10 to 1.25 and maximum 1.30. Then make sure to avoid these ones that are actually having odd range of 1.40, which is already above our odd range of 1.10 to 1.25. In other words, we have only 3 matches that we have seen here as the best pick here based on our odd range. Here is 1.11, here is 1.22, here it is 1.30, but here we have 1.40, so we are going to avoid that. If we choose a different date, like on Sunday, as you can see based on this calendar here, if I click, we are going to see that in this case, we are also going to have other matches. You can see that in this case, we have only 2 short matches. 1.29 here, which is our odd range of 1.10 to 1.30. 1.29 here, which is good. Here is 1.36. It's already above our odd range. When it's above our odd range of 1.36 like this, we start now looking at the possibility of an over 1.5 goal instead of 2.5. And once at it is the maximum is 1.450 for over 1.5 goal. Here it is 1.49. Here it is 1.53. It's already above 1.50. So we look at 1.49 as an over 1.5 goal, 1.44 as over 1.5, and 1.40 over 1.5, 1.36 over 1.5, 1.36 over 1.5, and all the rest. But to have the shortest as over 2.5, look at 1.10 and 1.11, and between 1.10 to 1.25 and 1.30 as maximum. So this is the best strategy to come out with the best pick of over 1.5 or 2.5 goals when it concerns Betmines. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also enable the notification bell icon so as to be the very first to receive new post notifications and updates. And see you again in our next episode. Bye bye.
And now I know my heart is a ghost town.